lately I've been craving having a comfortable life and quantum leap. And that got me thinking, like, don't we all? At least like those of us who really are in this journey, who loves to expand, to know that what's more of life is what I'm going after. I'm allowed to have desire after desire, and I'm allowed to actually be someone who goes to the next level and evolve, because that is what we are put here for Earth of doing. So because of that, I also been thinking a little bit of what makes kind of the biggest difference between people that I see that maybe is not that inspiring to me, at least, meaning they are living a very linear life, and what's the difference with between people that actually expand, that actually do quantum leap and jump from one big thing into the next. And what I've seen is that they go directly to the source, something in which I talk about a lot, and every single time I myself gone to the source, then it's when I've quantum jumped, quantum leaped myself as well. Should we talk about what a quantum jump is first? So, quantum jump does depend on how you see it as everything else. But how I choose to see quantum jump is when you make a really big leap. This is when you make such a big difference. Like you see on a cellular level, you just feel totally different from inside and out. These are the times when I turned my life 360 around, when I decided to make everything different in my life, and I did so. And almost like it was literally maybe 20% left of the Linnea I am today that I kept, and the friendships and the way of eating and the way of like everything. So that was a very, very big quantum jump for me. Next quantum jump for me was when I decided that, you know what, either I am totally fine, I'm totally fine, totally off without a partner, or I want the best one. I want the absolute best one. I want the one for me. And if he's not in this lifetime for me, I'm better off. So when I took that decision, I 2 weeks later met my love of the life, and everything changed in my life. I had a really, really big upgrade in how I viewed relationships, and how I was in a relationship, and how happy I was in my life. And like it was a really, really, really big upgrade in my life. And not to say that I also went through a lot of like internal upgrades. That's why I had that big upgrade, and in the end I saw the result of finding my partner. So there are a couple of other things I've done in my life as well, which I see as quantum jumping. So why I want to say this is because sometimes we believe that quantum jumping is when you jump from having zero money on the bank and then go to 100 millions, right? And that's not really always the thing. Sometimes it's that it is so significant, you feel that you are not doing things at all in the same way that you did before, or you turned like been eating meat and turned full on full vegan. That for me is also a quantum leap, a quantum jump, because it's a very big difference in the energy. There's a lot of energy with eating meat and not eating meat. So look into your own life, and you will see that you at some part in your life have quantum jumped yourself. Not only once, probably twice, going back to having a comfortable life, and going back to what I see from people that are actually doing quantum jumping really good is that they don't live life but a linear way. Meaning they do not think of, okay, so who do I want to become? Well, I want to become, and they let their mind kind of decide what they want to become. Maybe they have seen something, so they're influenced by something, seen this input, so they're like, I want this and this and this and that. They start to see like different results, different tangible results that they want, so to say. And then they're like, okay, so then I need to do this, and I need to do that, and I need to do this and that. This is how you start to create a very linear life. You are just adding task after task into your life. And when you instead are thinking, okay, Now when my mind kind of decided, kind of reasoned myself to what I want, well, what is the representation of that? When I have everything that I want and when I vision myself, what else is there? What do I believe that I will feel then? Who do I believe I will be then? Who is that person? Who is that person living that life? And when we start to feel that, we're starting to understand that it's not a certain thing, a certain relationship, a certain job, a certain way of like having your home organized or whatever. It's a certain feeling. It's a certain being, who you are, which you are after. And if you can, instead of deciding for this task, this task, this task, go into, okay, well, I want this feeling. Take as an example, uncomfortable. I'm going to make myself feel really comfortable already now. What can I do to feel so comfortable in my day to day? What can I feel to be such a comfortable person? Comfortable in all the conversations I have, comfortable in everything that I create, comfortable in everything that I eat, my decisions I take. What's more out of it, right? And when we start to build our life from that feeling, when we start to build our life, we already are that. And that everything else is just coming into that place as well. And the best thing is that when we are in a very like deep desire of something, we have a golden hour for our desires, I promise you. So let's say we take the example with feeling comfortable and just like going into having like, I want this comfortable life, I want to feel comfortable in this and that, and we just like feeling we are in the place of play. We are in the place of creativity. We are in the place of where our desire lives. And because of that, we relax more. Because of that, we feel that we're just so giggly and we are just so in an optimistic mindset. So we start to desire more. We start to see more what we want. We start to feel more into who we want to be. So that's why I'm telling you it's a golden hour, because sometimes we don't even see our desires. We don't even know our desires yet. We haven't really seen the real deal about our desires, so to say, because we let our mind decide. We respond to it really quickly, or we get afraid. I see that often when I ask a person like, who do you want to become? They get afraid. They're like, oh my god, this is a big question. Who do I want to become? It's always changing. Since you always evolving, that is always changing as well, and your desires is always changing as well. So what feels most desirable for you at this moment? That's the only thing that you need to focus on. And then in the next moment, and in the next moment, and the next moment. And that's your guidance. Another thing I want to say about this is that you do look for opportunities, and you find opportunities, and you find a better life when you are in the being. I had this thought for a little bit while ago. I was like, oh my god, I'm so tired of like cooking. I don't want to cook every single day. And then I was like, okay, so my future self, does she cook, or what's the thing? Like, yeah, she still cooks. Yeah, she does. Okay, but what does it look like different? Ordering home more. And then I was like, okay, but this is not really how it looks like in my day to day right now. Unfortunately, Stockholm doesn't actually have the kind of food offering in which I seek. I would actually need a little bit higher income to order more out. Like, in where I am right here, right now, maybe that desire isn't like reachable towards your mind. So you can decide then to just like, okay, well, I will just have that as a desire. I will just, another day. Or then you start to, since you are in this kind of desire based on, I want to be this is who I am, this is who feels like right to me, you're starting to think of, but what can I do? What can I do in this moment to have that feeling? To feel that it is uncomfortable. So I was like, okay, it feels more comfortable for me to not always paying attention to cooking food. So I had this thought and I was like, hey, Pradeep, to my partner, we were cooking at the same time. Do we really need to cook every single day? can we just like eat a little bit less? Because I've been craving that as well, actually. I don't feel that I need to eat so much that I do. And that opened up another conversation, and I feel less stressed out about cooking, actually. I feel so much more at ease nowadays when it comes to cooking, because we changed a couple of things, and we also changed the energy to it, and we had this conversation around it. So I made that possible already here and now. Even though it doesn't maybe look like exactly how I picture it, but I have the desire here and now, so now I can focus on attract more of that desire, having more goodness of that desire, instead of thinking, have to wait then. Have to wait until my life looks a little bit different. That is how you quantum leap as well. You make sure that you have your desire here and now. So I want you to take with you an activation for yourself. So do you have like 1 to 2 overall feelings and state of beings in which is so desirable for you at this moment, which represents the desire, the big dream that you see in front of you? And how can you have that and invite that in your life even now? Is it love? Yeah. Does it feel loving in your home at this time and hour? Decide who you are becoming and stop second guessing yourself. Stop being so, oh my god, this feels such a big question and I don't know and where I'm going. And decide. Decide today for 1 to 2 desires in which you're going to see the representation of it. What does this represent? What is the overall being I want to be here? And then play it out in your day to day. Play it out in your day to day. Make it as a fun experiment to also see what's happening for you in the coming months when you are doing so. I will soon open up spots for you to embody your future self through a 8-week one-on-one container. I haven't decided how many spots yet. So if you're interested in having a conversation and be one of the first ones who actually grab a spot, then you can reach out to me. I will leave the information in the links for that, and let's have a talk about it. If you are so ready to call in a new timeline, call in the next level desire and next level you, being instead of doing, be in your desire more. If you are someone who wants to, be able to hold your desires a little bit more, because that is usually what we are a little bit wobbly because of our doubts, our inconsistency, our not just like self-belief and self-certainty. And you want to get into that inner power, that inner authority, and make life fun, playful, easy for you. Well, in that case, you have all the information for that. I would love to have a talk with you about if this is a container for you, because I think it's important that we have that discussion as well. And for the rest of you, let me know if there is something else you want me to speak upon when it comes to this topic, and keep on listening to Within Talks. Bye.